Hello everybody. Just a short video to help us understand the menstrual cycle. This is after we've looked at the reproductive organs and some of their functions. So let's go through this sort of set of events that happen over this period of 28 days. Okay, so here's the cycle. Call it a menstrual cycle because once the 28 days are finished, we start again on a new cycle. So stage one, in the first 5 days, there's a bit of variation, but generally roughly about that time, is a period where we call menstruation. This is where loss of blood occurs. Now, the loss of blood is actually coming from the wall of the uterus breaking down. Okay, this is really rich in blood supply, so that when the baby is born, or is implanted, into the uterus, there is a high blood supply ready for any nutrient transfer that needs to take place across the placenta. But if there is no baby, fetus, embryo settled in, actually the lining of the uterus breaks down, and this is what happens. The blood exits via the vagina, and that happens right at the beginning of the menstrual cycle. Stage two, the body then is starting to prepare for the next cycle. So an egg, let's wipe off the blood because there is no longer a loss of blood here. Okay, what happens is an egg is maturing in the ovary. Not released yet, it's just maturing. And in this maturing egg, stimulus happens, and we start then to build up again the uterus lining. So this is stimulating the uterus to start building up, preparing for a new potential pregnancy. Okay, so third stage, talking between usually roughly around day 14. Okay, ovulation takes place. So ovulation means an egg is actually released again from the ovary, travels down and sits in the oviduct, waiting to be fertilized by a brave sperm traveling up through the vagina, through the cervix, into the uterus and into the oviduct. So ovulation happens on day 14, after which day 14, 15 up to 28, we're looking at the egg, if it's been fertilized, traveling down here and implanting into the side of the uterus. Okay, so that could happen any time between day 14 and 28. If fertilization does not take place after day 28, then what we see is the cycle starts again. So we're back to stage one, where we have menstruation. So the lining of the uterus then breaks down if there's no pregnancy, and blood is then lost through the vagina again. And we start the whole cycle again. Of course, if there is a pregnancy, actually rub this out. Fertilization happens, implantation happens into the side of the uterus there. Placenta starts to grow. Fetus starts to grow. Amniotic sac develops. So this process here, the development of the placenta, stimulates other messages, other chemical messages, to stop menstruation happening. So we do not go back to menstruation. All right, we then go on to another pathway, pregnancy. That only happens if fertilization and implantation take place. Otherwise, we do go back to stage one. Okay, menstrual cycle, finished.